Why some kids instantly get it while others struggle? Let's take a look at this question. If you pour water from a jug and try to fill the big bottle, you are short of 0.5 liters. If you pour water from the same jug into the small one, you not only fill the small bottle but have 0.3 liters left in the jug. Question: what is the difference in volume between the two bottles? Here's the thing. Whether you can solve this question on your own or not is not what I want to focus on today. Instead, my question is, when a teacher tells the class, the difference between the big and small bottle is 0.8 liters, simply by adding 0.3 and 0.5. Why is it that some students instantly get it while others are completely lost? Why? Hi, I'm Norman Tian from Singapore, the Math Talent Architect. I believe talent is a choice, it's developed, not just born. My mission is to help children achieve more by doing less, guiding them to become thinkers rather than memorizers. Now, back to the question. This is something teachers notice all the time. Some students hear 0.3 plus 0.5 equals to 0.8 and they nod immediately because they can see the math behind. On the other hand, many students stare blankly and started to memorize what teacher had just said. Why does this happen? The answer lies in how our brain processes information. Some students naturally visualize the relationship between the numbers, others don't. And without a picture in their minds, they have nothing to anchor their understanding on. Here's the challenge many students face. They see the steps to get the answers but are clueless why it is like that. And next, they try to store the steps in their memory without actually seeing how they connect. And you know very well what happens the next day. Yes, they forgot everything that they've memorized the very next day. So what is actually preventing these students from seeing? And for students who see it, they aren't just relying on memory. They know what to look out for and are able to visualize the bottles differently in their mental mind, allowing them to see and understand the steps to get the answers with clarity. One key reason why many students are not able to see the relationship is because the big bottle and the small bottle have too many variables. They are different in shapes, size, width, height, and volume. To make it crystal clear for you, instead of seeing the bottles as they are, let's visualize the bottles with fewer variables. Visualize the big bottle as a tall container and the small one as a shorter container. Now this way, you minimize the variable of the big and small bottle by keeping the shape and width to be the same. And the difference between the two bottles will be their height and volume. So you try to fill the big one, but you can't because you are short of 0.5 liters of water. And you fill the small bottle to the brim and 0.3 is left in the same jug. Now when you compare these two scenarios, the 0.3 liters represent the difference in volume of water in the big and small bottle, while the 0.5 liter is the additional volume needed to completely fill the big bottle. Therefore, the difference in volume between the big and small bottle is simply adding 0.5 to 0.3 to get 0.8 liters. See how much easier that is now when you minimize complexity? When you minimize variables and think visually, the steps start to make sense. Now imagine if the student had simply looked at the two bottles with minimum variables, instead of the original bottles that comes with different shapes, size, heights, width, and volumes. When the teacher explained the differences in volume of the two bottles, even students who once struggled with math would see the logic. Agree? So this is the power of pattern thinking. It helps students connect ideas instead of just memorizing them. The reason some students get it instantly is because they already have the logical reasoning foundation to see patterns. But before a child can excel in pattern thinking, they first need to develop the ability to identify the features and variables of the subjects or objects, recognize relationships and connections in numbers, analyze problems logically and structure their thinking, and most importantly, understand math as a visual and conceptual subject, not just a series of steps. Only after mastering these skills can they apply pattern thinking effortlessly. Many parents can see math differently, break down problems effortlessly, and solve with speed and confidence. But when it comes to imparting these skills to their children, they struggle. If you want to prime your child with these logical reasoning skills, click on the link in bio. The session will lay the foundation for your child to become a sharp, analytical thinker so that they can approach math and life with confidence. Alright, that's all for today. I look forward to seeing you again. Bye.